Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Oh, good evening. Thank you for joining us here for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Tim Lammer. As you heard, our top story here, a New Haven student who was detained by immigration officials last month during a raid at a car wash will be returning home for now after a federal judge granted an immigration bond for 18-year-old Estras Zavaleta Ramirez yesterday. Now, a date has not been set for his release, but his attorney said he expects him to be back in New Haven starting school very soon. Here's Fox 61's Alicia Hercules with more.
It was an emotional day for those who fought for 18-year-old Estras' freedom. His lawyer warns there's still a legal battle ahead of him.
We are so excited to welcome him back when he comes back to New Haven so he can go to school again. Estras is coming home. Mayor
Justin Elliker, Estras' attorney Tina Colon-Williams, and Wilbur Cross High School officials came together to celebrate the release of Estras, an 18-year-old Wilbur Cross High School student. He was detained by ICE in June during a raid at a Southington car wash.
They were not looking for him specifically. He was not on the run from the law. He was not wanted for having committed a heinous crime. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Colon-Williams was emotional at the podium as she spoke about the journey to getting Estras released. He was taken to different detention facilities in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and eventually Louisiana. He was scheduled for deportation to his home country of Guatemala on Thursday.
When we were finally able to make contact with immigration and customs enforcement, were able to implement some of the steps that he does have a right to. As a result of that, he was transferred back to Plymouth, Massachusetts, and ICE did decide to initiate full removal proceedings against him, but not yet outside of detention.
Williams was able to request a bond hearing for him once he returned to Massachusetts. Thursday's hearing ended with the teen being granted bond. Colon-Williams says she'll never forget the moment they told Estras he was coming home.
He was so relieved. I mean, imagine, you've been stuck in a detention facility. You don't know if or when you're going to be released.
One of his teachers, Kristen Mendoza, describes Estras as a kind and sweet person.
Just really a nice kid who, he's the student, you could partner with anyone and he would work with anyone. And we just miss him and can't wait to see him.
Some of his classmates and other supporters were also at the press conference showing their support. Dr. Madeline Negron, the superintendent of New Haven Public Schools, says the district is standing together and they will continue to protect their students.
We know the law, so we're very aware of what it takes for somebody to get inside of our doors. So when somebody shows up, we're going to follow our protocol and make sure that they have what they need to get access. And if you don't have what you need, you cannot come in. I am not giving you consent to come inside.
Estras' attorney says once he returns home, he will continue to attend immigration hearings and move forward with applications for legal status. In New Haven, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
A Naugatuck father who's accused of killing his baby daughter rejected a plea offer yesterday, so his case will now go to trial. Christopher Francisquini was offered 40 years in prison with a minimum of 25 served if he agreed to plead guilty to a murder charge against him. He's also charged with child endangerment, but the 34-year-old said he's innocent. Police said Francisquini dismembered his 11-month-old daughter Camilla back in November of 2022. Her body was found by her mother. Francisquini wasn't there. Police said it took 2 weeks to find him. They arrested him in Waterbury, and he's been locked up ever since. Now, if a jury finds Francisquini guilty, he could be sentenced to life in prison. Well, it is almost the holiday weekend, and it looks like we're going to have some sunshine and blue skies to kick off the Labor Day weekend plans. Meteorologist Rachel Franks here with a first check of the forecast. But first things first, is it still raining in Connecticut right now?
Yeah, we do have a few leftover showers in eastern Connecticut, but they're not packing the same punch that they did 1-2 hours ago. So let's get a closer look at those. Let me back up a little bit and see if we can get a better look. Here we go. Pomfret, Putnam, Eastford, Ashford, all seeing some of those showers right now, and you'll see some additional showers here in New London County. But this is it for the rest of the state. So I think give it another half an hour or so. This will be out of here, and then we'll dry things out in time for your holiday weekend, which is music to probably everyone's ears. I know we actually need the rain, but if we're not going to get it, we might as well have a nice dry weekend. Here's a look at temperatures in the mid-70s right now in Meriden, but notice it is cooler in eastern Connecticut because the rain has cooled the air. It's 64 in Norwich and 63 in Putnam. Heading through the evening tonight, temperatures will drop into the upper 40s to low 50s, so it is going to be a chilly start to the day tomorrow. And then through the day tomorrow, blue skies, lots of sun, low humidity, and high temperatures in the low to mid 70s. After a chilly start to your Labor Day holiday weekend, temperatures will start to trend up. We'll explain coming up, Tim.
Well, police said they have identified the man who robbed a bank in Longmeadow, Massachusetts last week. Investigators say Darrell Blatch of Bloomfield is the suspect. Detectives searched his home and said they found evidence tying him to the crime. Now, Blatch is already in custody in Connecticut on other charges, but now he's facing that armed robbery charge in Massachusetts. Officials said they're working with the district attorney's office to move the case forward. Well, fire damaged a Burger King on Coleman Street in New London early this morning. Crews got the call just before 3 and found flames in an office that had spread. The building was heavily damaged, but crews still managed to contain the fire and put it out relatively quickly. Nobody was hurt. New London's fire marshal is still looking into what caused it. Well, fire tore through a home on Turkey Roost Road in Monroe early this morning. Flames were shooting out of 2-bedroom windows when crews arrived. We're told nobody was inside. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Most food pantries are run by churches or nonprofit groups, but in East Hartford, the town itself is stepping in to fill the gap. Leaders say the demand for help was outpacing what local organizations could provide, so they opened a town-run pantry inside one of their own buildings. It's a rare move, and as Fox 61's Celine Arif shows us, it's already making a big difference.
East Hartford already has 6 food pantries and 4 mobile food share locations, but the need kept growing and organizations couldn't keep up. That's when the town itself stepped in, and this room became the town's 7th food pantry. It's a smaller food pantry, but it's serving a large need here in East Hartford, where the poverty rate is nearly 15%.
So we had several families that came in that had young children with them, and in a couple of cases they had multiple children. You know, we had a family that said they had a family of 7 that they were accessing food resources for.
Lawrence Burns said what the town's Health and Human Services says they work closely with other food pantries in the area, many of them faith organizations who are struggling to keep up with the need.
There are some days where they're operating to where it's 60 to 100 plus individuals on a single day that are asking for food assistance, and in some cases to where it's fully depleting the inventory that they had available.
In the first month the food pantry's been open, they've already served about 50 people, and as the word's slowly getting out there, they expect to see a quick increase in the number of people walking through their doors.
We're a site that allows for residents to come in and identify the items that they want to pick up from the shelves. And so it's a self-select model, which means that individuals kind of feel like they're shopping for the resources that they want to pick that kind of suits the needs.
Just fill out a simple form and you can shop here for free. You need to live in the state and be over the age of 18, and you won't just get food, but also hygiene products. And as temperatures drop, they're getting ready to supply even more essential needs.
You know, we recognize that this is going to be a greater community benefit to our residents, which means that we need that community support.
While the pantry is working with Connecticut Food Share, they're also encouraging donations, hosting food drives, and volunteers to give back to their own neighbors right here in town.
We try to be a site that is obviously serving residents with dignity and respect.
This food pantry is open 3 days a month, but again, it is not the only food pantry in town. For a list of hours for this and other pantries around town, we will have a link on our website at fox61.com. Reporting in East Hartford, Celine Air, Fox 61.
Tens of millions of people are expected to travel for Labor Day weekend, and a lot of them will be flying. So we sent Fox 61's Glenn Kittle to Bradley International Airport, where the lines were pretty long at times.
It's set to be a record-breaking Labor Day travel weekend, and here at Bradley International Airport, you might not be able to tell that people were traveling for Labor Day, but at around 4 on Friday morning, the TSA lines extended all the way down near the Sheraton Hotel.
It's very busy. We have a flight at 5:40, and look how long the line is.
Selena Tiggett couldn't believe her eyes when she saw the line at Bradley International Airport at 4 Friday morning. Meanwhile, Casey Kelly and her partner are worried that they might not make it to their flight in time.
But it's very long, and I told him we have to be 2 hours early, and he said, no, you can be 30.
I think we got it. We got 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You think you can make it? Could go either way.
And if not, it's A-okay.
TSA predicts Labor Day air travel will set a 50-year record. 17.4 million passengers across the U.S. will fly between August 28th and September 3rd. 63,000 of those passengers will depart from Bradley International Airport.
Oh, but I was just telling him that when I usually fly with a Velo to go see my parents in Florida, you get there like 20 minutes before your flight boarding time, and you get on to go through security in 20 seconds, and then you're on your plane. So this is a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite a surprise for 4:40 a.m., but I suppose it's holiday weekend.
The high volume of travelers comes on the heels of an announcement from Bradley that leaders hope will make it easier for people to get through the terminal. Checked bag scanners near the airline ticket counters will be phased out by the end of the year. Once that happens, checked bags will travel down a mile-long conveyor belt to the lower level of a new 80,000 square foot screening center. Leaders say this will open up more space for new and existing airlines. The upper level of the new building will have 3 more gates, concessions, and seating for passengers. The Transportation Safety Administration is giving out the usual warnings to travelers on the holiday weekend. Always make sure you get to the airport 2 hours before your flight takes off. Make that 3 if you're going through TSA lines and don't have your real ID yet, so you can go through additional screening. And as always, have a smooth and safe holiday travel weekend. In Bradley International Airport, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
Well, you might be able to get a free dental cleaning this Labor Day in Manchester. Columbia Dental is opening its doors and offering free cleanings to all from noon until 7 at their location on West Middle Turnpike. I'm going to step back on all. And the reason why I said you might be able to get one is because it's only on a first-come, first-served basis.